So now we're going to get into pop culture. I don't know why I said final segment of the podcast. Like this not going on YouTube also. So this is basically what I was touching on at the end of my Juice WRLD take on his new album. Migos sued the lawyer alleging conflicts of interest with quality control label QC. Well, quality control is QC, but not to confuse any of y'all. So when I was talking about artists and the record labels, with artists having to get what they negotiate, not what they now when I talked about artists trying to get what they negotiate, not what they are, like not what they deserve, this is what I mean. So the Migos filed on behalf of the Atlantic Trio in California. So they filed court documents, lawsuits, because they felt like they was robbed and cheated out of millions of dollars. Now, whenever artists who are winning, like the Migos, are getting cheated out of millions by the record label, you never know when you're winning. You always notice when it slows up a little bit and you look back and like, hey, I released Bad and Bougie. I released Ice Trade the Game. I released another one. I released T-Shirt. How come the T-shirts I'm selling are going straight to QC, which is a real thing? Quality Control has the rights over Migos merch. Think about that. Anything Migos on a T-shirt, cup, pants, shorts, anything, proceeds of that go straight to QC. I think how much money just think of how influential Migos is on how people dress. Especially Offset. Like, they started in Atlanta. Think about it. Atlanta, how Migos dress. Atlanta, how Migos dress. Put the two and two together. I'm not going to lay it out for you. I'm not going to spell it out for you. But anyways, so them having the merch rights is a huge deal in itself. And within the lawsuit, they said that the lawyer that was representing them took advantage of Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff as quote unquote easy targets to coax into one-sided deals that benefited the lawyer and his relationship with Quality Control Music. So not only did the Migos get cheated out by the lawyer, they also got cheated out by the label, because that lawyer has a long-lasting relationship with the label. You see how it works? So you go into a contract, right? People think, it's funny because when I talk to like rappers, people be thinking like contracts look like the side of a nutrition label off of a product. Like, it's not that black and white. So you go into a contract, right? And the reason I know about this is because, like, you know how, if you're a basketball fan, you know how you can watch behind the scenes and people in the game talk about other people, and so you know more about that person because the person in the game. Like if you hear Dwayne Wade talk about LeBron, kind of like that. So I listen to other rappers talk about deals in full, like Tory Lanez, Russ, and you can see Russ, like, he gets a lot of money. He knows what he's talking about, and he just got off his label and is now independent. So if you want to learn more about it in detail, because I can break it down, but break it down like him, who's a successful artist, I would just look up Russ label discussion and it'll probably pop up. But as far as the Migos go, so this what happened. Migos had a contract way back before, I don't even know, it was a while ago, way back before Culture or anything. They had a contract for probably 5 years. And the label was like, well, if you need help with the lawyer, we know this guy. And then that's how quick. It don't even take that long. That's how quick they get you. We know this guy. You can use him. We'll give you a discount. Then later down the line, aka now, you find out, yeah, they knew that guy and they knew each other really well to work out deals in favor for the label and the lawyer, not for you. So That's why you always have to be careful of using the label's lawyer. But they also said Migos were unaware that the lawyer represented QC, which is weird because, I mean, I don't know how can you not ask him? Like, that's the weird part to me. If you can't ask a lawyer who he's worked with in the past, like, obviously you gotta ask around. I don't think not to say Migos are like dumb, but like I don't know if they're I'm just gonna leave that alone. Y'all can see what I'm getting towards, but basically P, the man that the lawyer that the lawyer's loyalty was with QC and the executives Pierre Thomas P and Kevin Lee, Coach K. So the new lawyer that Migos have is going to bat for them, trying to get them more money. And basically, this is another layer. The lawyer that they hired to get them out of the deal that they're in with QC, or not even get them out of the deal, get them what they believe they deserve or what they earn. Even that lawyer is gonna be asking, how much am I getting? How long is this gonna take me? Like, even he's asking for the Migos to pay him to get them more money. So you see, it's just complicated all around. It's just how it works. Sometimes you have to really understand how messed up the music industry is. The Migos, basically, it's just talking more about the Migos disputes with the lawyer. Okay. So we have the executive Pierre Thomas P, the CEO. Whatever. CEO of Quality Control Music spoke out about the Migos lawsuit, denying any involvement, affirming that he exercises ethical business practices. Quote, "It is unfortunate that the same people that we have worked hard for, provided opportunities for, and championed for are now alleging that we have participated in any kind of immoral or unfair business practices or took advantage of them in their careers," he said. So he went on to say that his brand will not be tarnished. "I will not stand and let Quality Control's music reputation and everything we have built and sacrificed be tarnished by allegations for unfair and unjust business practices. I understand in this business that you are not always going to end up with the people you started with." Basically, without saying the music industry is messed up. Getting back to his quote, "I say that to say I am not forcing anybody to be in business with us that has a problem and cannot communicate and does not want to work as a unit. Everything is negotiable." So that's the end of the quote by P. Well, no, that's the end of the quote by Thomas. And then they went on to say Migos haven't spoke publicly on the lawsuit yet. Of course they have. But you see the little shots they was throwing? They don't know how to communicate. They're not working as a unit. You hear all these different. Cause what do you think made Quavo want to get a Sweetie? Like, think about that. You see Offset and you see Cardi B. You see how Cardi B took Offset's fame to a whole nother level. What do you think Quavo's trying to do? Quavo and Sweetie just came out with a whole interview with not QC. I don't know what that is. Whatever the magazine was called. The magazine that Kylie and Travis did. Basically, Quavo's trying to take that route of the relationship route to boost his status. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it if you find somebody and then you want them to blow up with you in the music industry, not only as a person, but you want them to be in the music industry and play those music industry games. It's very similar to how Cardi and Offset are. So how of a unit are The Migos, I'm not too sure anymore. I don't know if they're as close as they used to be. If you listen to Lil Yachty interviews, they're really telling on whenever they ask about how QC is running as a label. Before all this, like this probably before all happened, it just bubbled up to this allegation because they probably had to wait. You know, you had Black Lives Matter, you had COVID. They probably been sitting on this, waiting to just air them out, but they had to wait. And the reason I talk about Offset in this, because think about it. The song with Travis, and Young Thug called Give No F's, basically F's. If you listen to the end of the song, not the end of it, if you listen to Offset's verse, do you really think Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff was in the same room when they recorded those verses? Listen to Quavo and Takeoff's audio quality, then listen to Offset's. Totally different. And it's only those type of things most fans don't catch. It's only like if you really care about rap like that, if you really like do the time to like, oh, why does he sound like this and they sound like that? And I mean, Offset sounded like he was just in the middle of a Call of Duty stream, got the call that they needed a verse, went in there and just did the verse with the gaming headset on. But yeah, so I guess Offset was giving him a 16 with the Turtle Beaches on. But anyways, that's what it sounded like. You could hear it, like literally. But it's just an unfortunate situation. I grew up on the Migos, and just to see them going through it with QC is never, like, I don't find enjoyment with that. But still, you have to break it down for people who believe every contract label looks like the side of a product with a nutrition label. So contracts do not look like nutrition labels. Contracts look very complicated for a reason. Like literally the point of a contract worth that much is to confuse you. Like they literally put so much gray area in there where when you come back and be like, how come I don't get this? How come I haven't seen this money from this song, this money from this merch? Then their lawyer comes in like, oh, you didn't see where this said that, and you guys are gonna get this money, but you're gonna get this percentage of that percentage, and y'all don't get the real because we have to pay for this, we have to pay for that, we have to pay for your video shoots, your concerts. Like it will get to the point where the wording in the contract is just gonna be too overwhelming for you to understand. You will have to get a lawyer, and even getting a lawyer doesn't 100% certify you that you're gonna not get used. You're not gonna get, like, you're gonna get used. It's just, are you gonna get used to the fullest extent, or are you gonna get used to like a Drake level? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna get more out of it than the person B getting used all the way and doesn't have anything to show for his hit singles? That's it. I just wanted to get into how artists and labels go back and forth. It's really not complicated. Like you gotta, everything's complicated until it's simplified, basically, or everything's complicated until you understand it. So I just try to break that down for y'all so y'all can understand how these labels really aren't for the artists. Like all these Black Lives Matter tweets and stuff, give artists back the royalties, and then we'll see who's really about Black Lives Matter or for the artists, you know. But it's a hard thing to talk about because on the other hand, labels do a lot for artists, but they don't do as much as they let on, which is always, in any field of work, you're always going to run into that. Am I getting paid my value? And the answer is always no. You're getting what you negotiated. So yeah, that's all I have for this episode. That's about it. Thanks for tuning in. for the Notorious Mass Effect podcast. Let me know down in the comment section down below. What do you think about artists versus labels? And comment down below what artist you think is getting a good deal, and I'll let you know. Well, no artist is getting a good deal. Like, don't even like, I'm telling you, no, I never want to be a rapper. Like, no artist is out. Like, every artist goes through it. Every artist.